Okay, let's talk about something that has been on my mind since I uploaded my last video. Now, I'm pretty sure if you have actually watched my last video and you have gone down in the comment section, which for those people that actually commented, seriously, I appreciate. Like, this is what I love. I just love the comment section so much. So, like, in the comment section, there was this argument. A lot of people were actually going for my second take, which I said in a battle with Heian era Sukuna versus Gojo, which I'm going to be calling OG Sukuna versus Gojo. I said that Gojo was going to win. And a lot of people there in the comment sections, they were against this. There were some people that actually stated some valid points. And there were some people that their points honestly didn't make sense. And so this is the reason why I'm making this video. Now, I would like to put a very powerful disclaimer because this is strictly my opinion. This is strictly what I think, and this is strictly what I believe. Now, I am a very big fan of JJK. I am a very big fan of Sukuna. I'm pretty sure that anybody that has been following my channel up to today will already know that. So, this is just going to be my take on OG Sukuna versus Gojo. So, without any further ado, let's just get right into this video. But before we start this video, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. You really be doing me a favor, and make sure you comment down in the comment section. Also, you can share my video. That would really help a lot. So yeah, let's get down to the most important thing right now. And so the most important thing right now is, can OG Sukuna defeat Gojo? And see, at this point, like I said, I feel a lot of people are delusional because how am I the only one that feels Sukuna, OG Sukuna, has no chance against Gojo? And I'm not just saying this out of my ass. Like, let me give you my reasoning, let me give you my thoughts so that you understand. Now, the most important reason, and honestly, the thing that always gets me anytime anybody says that OG Sukuna can defeat Gojo is that we have to understand that the Sukuna that fought Gojo, we are talking about the Meguna, you get, the one that has the 10 shadows. Not only did he go into that battle with not only knowing Gojo's domain expansion, he knew its weaknesses, he knew how to counter it, and it also had the 10 shadow. The 10 shadow is known to be a direct counter to the infinity. And now you have to understand something, and the truth is, when it comes to Sukuna, we all know that Sukuna is a very smart person. We all know that anytime Sukuna goes into a battle, he goes into it thinking. We all know that he has a plan. We all know that he has a strategy. We all know that anytime Sukuna does something, he does it for a reason. Be it for pleasure, be it for a significant purpose. We all know that Sukuna actually does whatever he does for a reason. And now we all know that going into that fight with Gojo, the most important thing was that Sukuna purposely waited for Mahoraga to adapt to Gojo's infinity. And that is the most important thing that I feel a lot of people are missing anytime they bring up the argument with Gojo versus Sukuna. Because you have to understand that even if OG Sukuna could always do the full incantation of his course, could always do the full incantation of his cleave attack, of any attack, we have to understand that the infinity would always block it. The only way OG Sukuna could have probably bypassed infinity is with domain amplification. And we all know that Sukuna cannot infuse that in his course technique, unless that is what he would have used to counter Gojo. Now, let me explain what I'm trying to say because I'm pretty sure that a lot of you are confused now. So let me break it down step by step. Going to the battle with Gojo versus Sukuna, we all knew that Sukuna's strategy was to make sure he pressures Gojo long enough for Gojo to use his infinity so Mahoraga could adapt. That's why anytime he brought out Mahoraga, it was in order for him to either escape from a particular predicament or for him to make Mahoraga adapt faster. And now we have to understand something, that every time he did bring Mahoraga out, he always took him back in. The only time Sukuna brought Mahoraga was when he was sure that Gojo couldn't one-shot Mahoraga. And this is the most important thing about the battle. We have to understand that Mahoraga played a very integral role in the battle with Gojo versus Sukuna. And what I'm trying to say is that without Mahoraga, the battle wouldn't have gone the way it would have gone originally, because Sukuna would have been unable to bypass Gojo's infinity to do enough significant damage. And this is because we all know that Gojo is powerful. Like, we know Sukuna is very powerful, but we too know that Sukuna and Gojo are the pinnacle of what it is to be a JJK sorcerer. And so that is why I'm saying that OG Sukuna will not be able to touch Gojo's infinity in the way that matters. Yes, probably Sukuna could land one or two punches, direct punches, because of domain amplification. But the truth is, would it do substantial damage to Gojo? And that is the most important thing that a lot of people are missing. Now, removing infinity, let's go to unlimited void. And now we have to understand something. If it was OG Sukuna versus Gojo, then there are two things that we have to acknowledge. The first thing would be OG Sukuna by that time would not have had enough information about what Gojo's domain expansion would have been. So, of course, Sukuna would probably have been very, very defensive, because firstly, it's not advisable to challenge someone's domain expansion head on. And secondly, which I feel is the most important thing, Sukuna wouldn't know the rules of Gojo's domain expansion at first, because one of the most important rule and one of the biggest weakness that I found of Infinity was that in order for you to survive Infinity, if you're in direct contact with Gojo, Infinity will not affect you. And that is something very important. I don't feel Sukuna would have figured that as fast as everybody says he would. Now, going into this battle, this is what I feel would exactly happen. So, they start the battle. Sukuna and Gojo encounter each other. They start fighting. Sukuna notices that domain amplification is getting him nowhere, and so he does the most logical thing, which is to open his domain expansion so that is sure it can take effect. Now Gojo isn't stupid. Gojo would definitely open his own domain expansion, and this is when the clash will cancel out each other. Now we have to understand something. The first match Gojo would probably lose, and that is because Sukuna would break the outer shell like he did in the manga. The second domain expansion, Gojo would have probably learned and would have lost. But if Gojo continues, I'm pretty sure at one point of that domain clash, Sukuna would get it with unlimited void. And if that happens, there is no Mahoraga to come and save him. There is no way for Sukuna to escape that predicament. And all Gojo has to do is finish him at that point. See, I'm not trying to downplay Sukuna. I love Sukuna. Sukuna is my favorite character in JJK. But also, too, I need you guys to deal in logic, for crying out loud. Like, a lot of people were making a lot of takes, and I was like, these takes are not properly thought out. That's what I honestly thought. So, what did you think about this video? Did you think everything I had to say made sense? Do you feel that probably I missed something? Would you like to correct me? Definitely, I would appreciate if you could correct me down in the comment section. Like I said, I love the interaction in the comment section because I learn a lot of things. Like, honestly, I'm not trying to come here and act as though I'm the JJK expert, because honestly, I consume JJK like every other average reader out there. I just love JJK so much. That's the reason why I'm making so much JJK videos. So I would love to hear you down in the comment section. If you reach this particular section of this video, why don't you consider subscribing? Because firstly, I fuck with you, and secondly, I'm really, really grateful. So make sure you do like, make sure you do share, because definitely you'll be helping my channel a lot. If you feel that I've entertained you, then definitely click the subscribe button. I'll really, really appreciate that. And yeah, we'll be seeing each other soon. Hopefully, I'll do the review of the JJK manga this week or probably on the weekend. That's what I'm thinking. So yeah, that'll be all for today's video, guys. I really do hope you did enjoy everything I had to say. And yeah, thank you very much and have a nice day.